I've always found comfort in late-night strolls. The stillness of the night creates a simplicity that I deeply appreciate. As a welder with over 40 years of experience, I often retreat to my expansive farm where I live alone with my dog, Max. The house feels vast for just one person, but after losing my wife Elena to cancer, I couldn't bring myself to downsize. My children moved out years ago, and since then, it's just been me and Max. One evening, after a long day in the workshop, I decided to take a walk around my property. A single loop is usually enough to satisfy my need for fresh air. The cool breeze accompanied us as Max trotted by my side. Sometimes I think he cares more for me than I do for him. As I walked back toward the house, something unusual caught my eye. A flicker in the second-story window of the bedroom Elena and I once shared. For a brief moment, I thought I saw movement. My heart raced at the thought of an intruder in my home. I rushed inside and dashed upstairs, only to find the room untouched, just as I'd left it. Though initially shaken, I convinced myself it was merely a trick of the light. However, that night, Max's growling woke me from sleep. Listening intently, I heard creaking from above, footsteps directly overhead. The room above mine was the one I'd avoided since Elena's passing. I grabbed my flashlight and went upstairs again. Nothing was amiss. My unease grew as the days passed. The following night, I descended to find the kitchen lights on, lights I had turned off before bed. Panic set in. Someone was definitely in my house. After calling the police and having them search the premises without finding anything suspicious, they left me feeling like they didn't believe my story. The next night was even more unsettling. Unable to shake my anxiety, I ventured upstairs once more and froze at the sight before me. Elena's clothes were strewn across the floor. Clothes I'd packed away after her death. Then I saw her, a woman standing in the doorway, staring at me. She wasn't Elena. She was too short and completely unfamiliar. Instinctively, I charged at her as she fled down the stairs and out into the night. By the time I reached outside with Max, she had vanished. For months afterwards, sleep eluded me. Every creak and whisper in the house sent chills down my spine. My rifle became my constant companion at night as fear gripped me tightly. Although tempted to call my brother for help, pride kept me from doing so. One evening in the living room, I spotted her again, this time standing in my yard, watching me through the window. My heart raced as I grabbed my rifle and rushed outside with Max at my heels. She remained a shadow in the moonlight until I fired warning shots into the sky. That startled her into fleeing once more. It felt surreal being haunted by this stranger who seemed intent on tormenting me. I haven't seen her since that night, but remain vigilant, knowing it's only a matter of time before she returns. Living in constant fear is exhausting. Thankfully, Max is by my side through it all.